Joining us now to talk about the strategy needed to track him down is Mike Baker, a former CIA operative. Mike, good morning to you. This guy is like quicksand. I mean, it took weeks to catch him following the murder he's accused of, then the carjacking, now this. Do you have any update on this morning's search for him or what that might be looking like at this hour?
Well, what it looks like is what the reporter just mentioned, which is it's relentless. What you want to do in a situation like this, particularly when the suspect you believe is in wilderness of the woods, and look, the Warren County Jail is adjacent to about 500,000 or 500 million, sorry, acres of wooded forest land. It's very dense up there, and it's along the Pennsylvania-New York border. So what you want to do is keep the pressure on. You want to keep the individual from resting. You want to keep the individual, on the move, essentially not comfortable. And, at some point, from past cases similar to this individual, Burham's going to have to pop out. He's going to have to pop out. He's going to find a sparsely populated area. He's going to look for a remote cabin. He's going to need supplies. Right?
Yeah.
So the Marshal Service is extremely good at this.
And I think the survivalist piece of this puzzle really has captured a lot of people's attention, right? I mean, how much of this manhunt will be impacted by the fact that he has those skills? Or is it just business as usual despite it?
Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into it. A self-taught survivalist, not really sure what that means. And it could mean a wide range of skills from very little skill to, significant amount. So it's not really clear at this point exactly how comfortable he's going to be out in that sort of wilderness. He does have the weather as an advantage, right? If he had done this in November, December, January, it's an entirely different world out there.
Even with the summer heat, you think will be better for him?
Yeah, it'll be better. Look, again, it's very densely wooded. It tends to be a little cooler down on the forest floor. So it's not going to be quite as bad as it would be if he was traipsing through, significant amounts of snow but again,
okay.
I wouldn't read too much into the survivalist skills bit. Again, this is a multi, agency effort led by the Marshal Service and the Bureau. And they are very, very good at this. They'll be looking at all his potential contacts. They'll be looking at any conversations he had while he was in Warren County Jail. They'll be looking at his social activity, looking to identify whether he reaches out to anybody or anybody reaches out to him. So, they know what they're doing, but these things, unfortunately, sometimes just take time.
Yeah, everybody's working in tandem right now.
Right.
But the other question I had for you, the U.S. Marshals and Crime Stoppers are offering a reward of $9,500. Why is it so low, considering the suspect could be armed and dangerous, a huge threat to residents in the surrounding area? He's accused of murder. I mean, $9,500, does that strike you as surprising or no?
Well, yeah, what's that nowadays? That's like one trip to the grocery store, right? So you're right, it does seem low. I have no idea what their budgets are at this point, and maybe the Marshals, resources are stretched thin, but that amount will probably go up as time moves along. But I think it also it might speak to the confidence they have in catching him relatively quickly. So I can't speak to what they're putting out there as a potential reward.
Yeah.
But the important point here is the most important thing they can be doing is what is happening right now. Get that picture out there,
Sure.
Get the information out there, make the local population aware, and then spread that out. The longer it takes, the more concern you have that, look, Canada's not that far away, right? And he has some apparent.
Yeah, who knows where he could be at this point?
Yes, exactly.
Talk a little bit more about, a few days in, the U.S. Marshal strategy. I mean, Mike, if you were heading this search up, this manhunt right now, you're at the helm of this thing, what do you tell your crews today? I mean, how are you leading the charge?
You tell them, no, look, I apologize, but there will be no breaks. There's no rest here. Nobody's getting any time off. We're going to keep the pressure on 24/7 using air assets. Unfortunately, in a dense forested area like this, you've got to have boots on the ground. So this is an all hands to the pump effort, and we're not going to stop until we get them because, again, you don't want to give this individual any breaks whatsoever. And so keeping that pressure on means he's going to be exhausted here in very, very short order, and that's to your advantage.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.